In the sprawling, interconnected metropolis of the digital age, vast fortunes are built in the blink of an eye. But where there is immense wealth, there are always predators, silent, unseen, lurking in the shadows of the internet. They don't carry crowbars or hold up banks. Their weapons are lines of code. Their targets, the very foundations of our digital future. Tonight, we're plunging into one of the most insidious vulnerabilities in the crypto world. This is a weakness that has hemorrhaged billions, leaving a trail of shattered dreams and unrecoverable assets. We are talking about cross-chain bridge hacks, the digital equivalent of blowing up the only bridge connecting two wealthy cities. This is the digital sleuth, and this is a cybercrime documentary you won't want to miss. Imagine a bustling network of highways, each one a different blockchain. Ethereum, Solana, Binance Smart Chain, millions of users, billions in assets, all flowing and expanding. But what happens when you need to move a precious cargo from Highway A to Highway B? And there's no direct route. You build a bridge, a cross-chain bridge. It sounds ingenious. Right, a marvel of decentralized engineering. For a long time, these bridges were seen as the holy grail of interoperability, the solution to crypto's fractured landscape. But what if that vital connection, the very path designed to bring prosperity, becomes the most exploited backdoor, a gaping wound through which fortunes vanish without a trace? The numbers are staggering. According to various reports, cross-chain bridge exploits account for over $2 billion in losses in just the last couple of years. That is more than all other DeFi hacks combined. We're talking about single events wiping out hundreds of millions of dollars in mere minutes. It's not just theft. It's an architectural flaw being mercilessly exploited. To understand how these catastrophic events unfold, we first need to grasp what a cross-chain bridge actually is and how it's supposed to work. At its core, a cross-chain bridge is a decentralized application, or dApp, designed to enable the transfer of assets and data between two otherwise incompatible blockchain networks. Think of it as a specialized currency exchange with a vault. The most common model, and the one most frequently targeted, is called the lock and mint model. Let's break down the mechanics. Step 1 is the lock. You, the user, want to move your Ethereum, or ETH, from the Ethereum blockchain to, say, the Solana blockchain. You send your ETH to a specific smart contract on the Ethereum chain. This contract acts as a digital vault, locking your original ETH away. Step 2 is the verification. A group of designated entities, often called validators or guardians, observe this locking transaction. They confirm that the asset is indeed securely held in the vault. These validators are critical. They are the eyes and ears of the bridge. Step 3 is the mint. Once these validators confirm the lock, an equivalent, synthetic representation of your ETH, often called a wrap token, like ETH, is minted on the Solana blockchain and sent to your address there. You now have ETH on Solana, backed one-to-one by the ETH locked on Ethereum. And finally, step 4 is the redeem. When you want your original ETH back, you send your WETH to the bridge contract on Solana, where it is burned. The validators confirm this burn, and then your original ETH is unlocked and released from the vault on Ethereum. It's an elegant dance of locking, verifying, and minting. But what if one of those steps is compromised? What if the vault key is stolen? What if the validators are corrupted? That's where the nightmares begin. The catastrophic bridge hacks we've seen aren't random acts of digital vandalism. They are meticulously planned operations that target fundamental weaknesses in these complex systems. Let's shine a light on the most common attack vectors. First, smart contract flaws. These bridges are built on smart contracts, self-executing code. But code is written by humans, and humans make mistakes. A single line of faulty logic, an overlooked edge case, or a vulnerability in how the contract handles specific functions can be catastrophic. The attack on Wormhole in February 2022, which resulted in a staggering $320 million loss, is a chilling example. The attackers exploited a smart contract bug that allowed them to forge a verification signature, Essentially, they tricked the contract into believing they had deposited ETH when they hadn't, allowing them to mint an enormous amount of unbacked WETH on Solana. The vault on Ethereum remained empty of their supposed deposit. Yet the system believed the deposit had occurred. Think of it like this. A security guard sees a fake ID, waves the person through, and that person then prints a stack of counterfeit money, claiming it's backed by a vault they never put anything into. Second, centralized validator sets. Many bridges, for efficiency or historical reasons, rely on a relatively small group of validators or a low-threshold multi-signature wallet to approve cross-chain transactions. While multi-sigs are generally considered secure, the issue arises when the threshold is too low, or the keys protecting those signatures are compromised. The infamous Ronin network hack in March 2022, where $620 million vanished, perfectly illustrates this. The Ronin bridge used a 5 of 9 multi-sig scheme, meaning only 5 out of 9 validators needed to approve a transaction. The attackers didn't find a smart contract bug. They simply compromised enough private keys belonging to these validators. They used sophisticated social engineering and phishing attacks to gain control of several validator nodes. This included one run by Sky Mavis, the creators of Axie Infinity, and a validator key that had been whitelisted for a year prior but was never revoked. With 5 keys in hand, they had complete control. They could sign any transaction they wanted, including one that drained the entire bridge vault. This isn't just a theoretical threat, it's a recurring nightmare. The more centralized the control, the more attractive the target for a determined attacker. Third, weak cross-chain verification. This is a subtle but critical point. How does Chain B know for sure that something happened on Chain A? The mechanism for verifying events across chains must be absolutely bulletproof. If it can be tricked, the bridge is doomed. The Nomad bridge hack in August 2022, resulting in a $190 million loss, was a shocking display of this vulnerability. A critical flaw in Nomad's process proof function allowed anyone to submit a transaction, essentially bypassing the necessary verification that a valid deposit had occurred. It was an error in how the contract verified messages, making it believe almost any message was legitimate. The craziest part, the initial hack wasn't complex. One attacker found the flaw, drained millions, and then others watched and simply copy-pasted the attack, draining the bridge repeatedly, transaction after transaction. It became a free-for-all, a digital feeding frenzy, until the entire bridge was emptied. A classic example of a single point of failure leading to total collapse. Each of these exploits, whether it's a smart contract bug, a compromised validator set, or a faulty verification mechanism, highlights a fundamental truth. In the world of crypto, the weakest link in the chain determines the strength of the entire system. And right now, those links are too often the cross-chain bridges. The aftermath of a bridge hack is never just about numbers on a screen. It's about the devastating human cost, the shattered trust, and the chilling realization that decentralized finance, while promising freedom, is still profoundly vulnerable. Imagine waking up to discover that your entire investment, safely locked away in a bridge, has simply vanished. The $620 million stolen from the Ronin network wasn't just abstract money. It was the life savings of countless players of Axie Infinity, a popular play to earn game built on Ronin. Many in developing countries relied on Axie as their primary income. When Ronin went down, their livelihoods went with it. The financial impact was immediate and brutal. The market reacts with fear. Projects that rely on these bridges see their token values plummet. Developers scramble, often spending days or weeks in frantic damage control. In the case of Ronin and Wormhole, significant bailouts were required from their parent companies or venture capitalists to restore user funds. This is a testament to the severity of these attacks and the desperate need to maintain faith in the ecosystem. But not every project has a deep-pocketed benefactor. For many, a hack means utter annihilation. These aren't just isolated incidents. They are part of a larger pattern of sophisticated cybercrime documentaries playing out in real time. The FBI has even attributed some of these major hacks, like Ronin, to state-sponsored hacking groups, specifically the infamous Lazarus group from North Korea. This elevates the threat from simple financial crime to geopolitical espionage, using stolen crypto to fund illicit state activities. It's a stark reminder that the digital battlefield extends far beyond national borders. The trust in decentralized systems, which is their very bedrock, is eroded with each successful exploit. Users become wary, capital flows slow, and the promise of a more open, transparent financial future feels increasingly distant amidst the constant barrage of attacks. So, what can be done? Are cross-chain bridges inherently too risky, or can we fortify these vital connections against the relentless onslaught of digital predators? The industry is learning, often through painful and expensive lessons. Several key strategies are emerging to build more resilient bridges. First, more decentralized verification. Relying on a small number of validators is a single point of failure. Future bridges are moving towards larger, more distributed validator networks, or employing advanced cryptographic techniques like zero-knowledge proofs, or ZKPs. ZKPs allow one party to prove they know a piece of information, like a valid transaction happened, without revealing the information itself. This dramatically enhances security and reduces reliance on trusted third parties. Second, continuous, rigorous security audits and generous bug bounty programs. Before a bridge goes live, it needs multiple independent audits by top security firms, and even after deployment, incentivizing ethical hackers through bug bounties to find vulnerabilities before malicious actors do is crucial. Third, implementing intelligent rate limits and circuit breakers. These are automated security mechanisms. Imagine a system that automatically pauses bridge operations if an unusually large or rapid outflow of funds is detected. This gives developers critical time to react and potentially prevent a total drain, even if an exploit is already underway. Fourth, utilizing time locks and stricter multi-signature controls for all critical operations. Any changes to a bridge's core logic or large withdrawals should require approval from multiple, geographically dispersed key holders. They should also be subject to a time lock, a delay period, allowing transparency and intervention if something looks suspicious. For us, the users, the most crucial takeaway is to exercise extreme caution, understand the risks, diversify your assets, and when interacting with any bridge, question its security model. Is it truly decentralized? Has it been audited? Is it well established? These are not trivial questions. They are the bulwarks against financial ruin. The digital frontier is a land of incredible opportunity, but also immense peril. As long as there are riches to be found, there will always be those who seek to exploit weaknesses. Our job, as digital inhabitants, is to understand these threats, demand better security from the projects we support, and remain ever vigilant. The battle for the secure future of crypto is far from over, and the cross-chain bridges, those vital arteries of the decentralized world, remain a prime target. We must build them stronger, monitor them relentlessly, and expose every flaw before the predators strike again. Stay safe. Stay anonymous. This is the Digital Sleuth.